brilliant, isn't this? It is quite a sight. Okay, look, it's, I can see planes. I can see planes. He's got here to steam up. He's got steamed up.
It's true that the children drove it into Queenstown Airport on Thursday to pick up their parents.
Yes, yep, no, true story, story. Yep, and they towed a little hut. They called it like a little muster's hut behind it, which has got a little chimney on it too, fully self-contained. You think a caravan slash this is really cool.
So what a journey they've been on. Come all the way from England and bring this over. That's a real treat for us, isn't it? To have that. What an amazing vehicle.
And we've got the scale down on here. Now I remember the boys talking about that yesterday. I think it's a replica. He's made this himself, it's a replica. So if you can't have a big one, it's a lot easier to cart one of these round.
He comes out expert.
That's good. Well, that's a good job. But I didn't remember your story from yesterday.
We'll just make them up as we go, really. This is a big Garrett tractor from Edenvale. Not the engine. Owned by old factory Dixons, who actually had the privilege of bringing one of the engines we now owned up to Crown Range in 1910. Just imagine that. This is another one from Winton. And the last time to come to the country, go over to a mate. Within that 4 Holden full of things, you know, there's still a Ford in London. You hate Holden the same sort of thing. You know, everybody hates Holden too. Another one from Syria, Christmas family. Originally from down the south end. We all have the boys back there, and Brandon Factory was Chris Martin. They've had these factories for many, many years.
And I guess the engines are passed down through the generations too. That's yeah. Yes. Now how does his, he can put a bit more speed on, how does his throttle work? Is that, yes, I can see some smoke underneath and some fire.
They're reasonably big contractors in Sussex.
They'd be no good throughout Sussex country, would they, like that?
No, if you have unexplained booms.
I'll bet.
It's something I'm very happy about that, though.
Now this one here, I helped fix this one a few nights ago.
You did? It's called the fruit salad.
The fruit salad.
And
I don't know the man's name, but he said that this one's taken off the road and they're going to restore it.
Yes, they are. It's owned by Bill Washington, the well-drilling people from Wanaka, grew well around into fast old cars and things.
Yes, so I guess the restoration of one of these machines would be a long process too.
It's a thing of the month, you know, this one coming out is one of ours, been restored that for 4 years. We flew a guy out to England 7 times, 6 weeks at a time to do the work.
Really?
And there's another one here went back to England, yeah.
So we don't have anyone in the country that can do that kind of work?
The expertise is not as great, you know, it's a bigger subject over there.
Yes.
You can justify it more. And so this is our engine we bought, my grandfather bought that in 1942.
Brilliant. No, that's fantastic. Does have its own shed to live in at home?
Christ, it's more important than that.
I can imagine.
That's my grandson up there driving.
Yeah. What's his name?
Harry.
Hello, Harry. Big round of applause for Harry.
Just tell him, Harry, you can't spend applause.
Now you've done all the polishing on there. That brass looks good.
Yeah, he's up for that. And there's a marshal here from Southland that wants a roller. The standard family converted the traction in. Much more usable. You know, the roller's bloody clumsy and it's hard on the roads and things like that. And then we've got the big McLaren. Now, one of those essentially front of three stars up there, I think it was that, is raised by Dixon.
Yes.
Right back. He owns the engine.
Really? Okay.
Big farmers, more category.
Yes.
Huge farmers. And the Pierce family, their farm is now the original farm. And they sent that back when for 7 years to be restored to that standard.
Now that's not something you just tuck in a container, is it?
No, we get them in a container.
Yeah. Just mention.
How much
coal have you used over the last few days?
Well, we drove down to Christchurch and that was 3.5 days. At this stage, we probably burned 5 tons.
Really? Just Christchurch to here. And you burn wood as well?
Just wood to light up.
Wood to light it, coal to make it rain.
There's sawmills, and then we're the sawmills on wood.
Yes.
But now it's
The coal lasted longer.
And the list off. It's very trendy, and I think the sister is very keen on coal. She bought a lot of them in Indonesia.
Yes.
And she said there was no carbon input because they paid the freight. I leave that to your imagination.
Okay, no. We won't get too political today.
I can.
Oh, you can, yes, yeah.
Anyway, not all the engines around here today. It's quite sticky up there, and some of them are very structured on the mud.
Yeah.
And
What is the traction like? I mean, with those...
well, they're heavy, yes. Originally, we put the rubber tyres on, they had steel.
Yes.
Fats.
Yep.
And then you have a thing of shoes you can put on, and we've got snake, we don't have that choice
No,
now.
no. So I'd imagine once that goes down, it's not going to go out.
And pull back up and pull it out, yeah.
Yeah.
See, some of these engines, they're between sort of 12 and 20 tonnes.
Are they?
Yeah.
My gosh. 12 and 20 tons. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
That's a lot of bags of coal.
And these guys here, they won the Steam Award last night.
Yes, they did. Of course they did. You did right.
That's well deserved. Eh? Did they bring the whiskey with? Well, that's a subject we haven't fully discussed yet.
Yeah, right.
But I think it should come out, don't you? Yeah. So I've got a fleet of these in the gallery this part of the world, and they travel all over England.
Are you a whiskey man?
I can be.
What about a pure malt?
I can do, but next day I wish I wasn't. Makes us thirsty.
There's Simon's been a big help to us over the last few days, or actually over the last few weeks and months. Simon's in charge of the tractors, and he's with the Western Cargo Club. And he's on the breakdown duties, you see, I think, by the looks of things. Simon's got his earplugs in, so he can't hear me. He's looking after his ears, not like we all did when we were a bit younger.
It's amazing when things go wrong, people really enjoy it, don't they? It was quite tricky getting out of panic there, they held the crowd watching.
Absolutely. No.
Quite boring otherwise.
Have you not got a tow rope, Simon?
I think it's just waiting to
I see.
We're not lining up at the ground today, it's too wet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're doing the whistle thing when they settle?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, let them get a bit closer. The whistle off. We're going to do the whistle off. And for those of you that are new here today, just be prepared for quite a bit of noise. It's a good noise. Exactly. Great for signalling something. I'm not sure what, but yeah, we can signal anything we wanted to. Just wait. Exactly. So we'll wait till they just pull up behind in an orderly little fashion, and we're going to have a whistle off.
Should we wait for the final few just to pull up here? And once they do, we're going to get your assistance here in the audience, a bit of audience participation if we can. We'll count down from 10 to 1. So you need to be loud in voice on this Easter Sunday. So all of our drivers, our families, our teams of people here can hear you on the parade ground. And then for the little ones, just make sure you keep your hands over your ears a little bit, because the sound is a little on the louder side, but it's an enjoyable one too.
It is. There was a few jumping yesterday as it went on. Quite a good reaction, actually.
Do we feel like we're nearly ready for this?
Oh, he wants to park them a bit close.
One still apart. Nearly set here. Beautiful sight. Wonderful walk down memory lane. Some real incredible history here as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are here in the Highlands Parade Ground, just while the Oaklane Heavy Haulage team from Canterbury, the Pierce family from Canterbury, pull up into place. How about we be loud in voice, and our young ones too? We need you to count down from 10 to 1. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off you go!
We're probably not going to be able to hear anything now for the afternoon.
When I was a kid and I didn't know a man's whistle, he said, you can start buying the bloody coal from there on.
Waste of steam.
All about economy, doesn't it?
Still sounds pretty good. You'd be tempted to do it from time to time, now, I'm sure.
No no noise from some of the rubbish they see on their tablets and they can
No, or smell or touch.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Anyway, thanks guys.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing in some vintage steel wheel tractors that generally pre-1930 tractors. Right outside of the field, we've got an 1836 that was originally the first tractor in New Zealand with a power take-off pulley with shaft. So, of course, most tractors have that nowadays, but back in the mid-20s when this half-power dates from, it was a very novel thing to drive the machinery off the tractor's power via a power take-off shaft. Before that it was always a belt-driven operation, and we had Graham Hatton on the outside in an overland, an overtime, which is an English version of a Waterloo Boy. And the Waterloo Boy is the first John Deere tractor. And you see the Waterloo Boy, and it's the stick with green and green bodywork with the yellow wheels, the same colours as all John Deeres that have been with the things. So the John Deere company bought the Waterloo Boy company to get into tractors, and the rest is history. One of the most significant tractors that wheels at Wanaka today, and we're very lucky to have it, is one of the very first tractors, and I'm talking the first tractors that you could put on one hand, which is the Saunderson and Giftskins. This is an English tractor that the Rutherford family who farmed in North Canterbury, Leslie Hills, Culverden, brought into New Zealand in 1910. So in 1910, there were no tractors much in New Zealand, it was all horses, and this family was a very innovative family, and they started farming with a tractor. And here it is today, rolling past, the oldest working tractor in New Zealand, so quite a treat and quite a contraption. Followed by another equally famous half-power 2850 from Southland, with the distinctive looking cab cover on it. The Waterloo Boys pulling a John Deere baler, and then we have the big case cross motor. So in those days the motors went crossways so they could drive all sorts of other things like tin mills and things like that. So that's how they motors going crossways then there.
So that's a little bit what we call a power perspective, and how many cylinders and so on. What is that?
That's the biggest case you could buy in about 19, probably foundation about 1919, and it's probably putting out about 50 or 60 horsepower.
Amazing.
Tools, Glasgow from England. You see the design of the hatchback in green, can you see that?
It's all quite easy, but they make people design the whole thing, so
I do have a good start for the easier.
rather than lift the car, I think it's the same thing. We have to keep this idea of this.
So the power road, the outside of the track. So we're just bringing out the small one. Huge tractor. And as soon as you see the mobile, it's got the earliest tractors in the world, and that's also one of the richest numbers of the consumer club. So a great lineup of steel wheel tractors here. Here with the simple sound, mobile, single cylinder, pumping away down the track. Probably one of the most famous tractors is the tractor that's putting up to the river electric work. tractors started, so they've been here all week helping to get these tractors prepared and ready. And I don't think we've had many breakdowns through the weekend so far, Greg. It's been a testament to tractor preparation. Now starting some of these tractors can be, well, it can be dangerous actually. It's, some of them are designed to kill you on startup, so we have to be very careful how we start them up and run them, and of course there's a lot of bits moving on them, so the tractor drivers will be taking care of that when they're stopped at all times. But if you want to see some of these very, very early motors working, and they're very, very early indeed, then come out as they come off the stage and have a quite, you know, you get right close up to these things, get the children all back from poking their fingers at them, but yeah, come and have a look at them right close up, because they are marvellous mechanical creations.
I'm sorry, boys, if I'm talking over top of you, but looks like we've got a little bit of a race on here. We're trying to be caught wrong. They're looking for us. These guys behind us. It looks like they're gaining on us. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. So what are we on here, Ron? What's this called? Oh, cross case. Cross case. Is it one of your favourites? Oh, just another one. Just another one. This is a... What? No, don't do that. No, I wouldn't know how to half thing. No, Ron. Ronald. I think Jono was thrown off the deep end there, wasn't he? I love it. Great work. So, bringing you a bit of live commentary from the centre of the parade ground there as they start to make their way off now, and we'll have a little look at what's coming up next. Alternative fuels up next. We've got some. Man, this is Alan, a great way from what we see now venturing off the parade ground and the yesteryear, the history, if you like, to some of the new technology that is starting to come on.
Yeah, we've done this deliberately, bringing in the traction engines and the steel wheel tractors, and then right up to what's going to happen in the next, what's happening now and what's going to happen in the next few decades, I think. And I think we're going to see a good display of both hydrogen-fueled vehicles, and it might be for many people in the crowd the first time they've ever seen a truck, or in fact a ute, coming around the parade powered by hydrogen. And we'll also have an interesting electricals display. But I'd like to welcome the team from H.W. Richardson Group. Of course, the Richardson Group, a huge transport operator in all around New Zealand, Allied Petroleum, Allied Concrete, many different companies. And they're a great sponsor and supporter of Wheels at Wanaka. And they've come here today to show us their innovation in what they think is going to be their future in terms of looking for an alternative energy. So welcome, and tell us a bit about hydrogen.
Thanks, Alan. I'm Gareth Wishart from HW Group. Look, just first and foremost, the guys driving these trucks, it's the first time they've ever driven a truck, so just give them a wee bit of space out there on the corner as they come on. I don't mean to scare you on that, but I'm being serious. So what we've got here are three different sizes of hydrogen hybrids. They're all combustion engine trucks. They're all the same as what the OEM has made, but they've been modified to have tanks put on the side to carry hydrogen, and they inject that into the air intake of the truck, and they're able to operate between 30 and 50% green hydrogen. So you still have the distances that you can normally travel on the diesel vehicle, but when you want to go green, you can run it for a period of time. So this Dodge Ram that's coming around here, that was converted to dual fuel, because why not? And it's able to take people out on the road. If you don't have a heavy traffic license, you can drive it, you get to sense it and feel how it works. It's got a 3.5 kilo tank in the back, and it does about 350 k's at about 40% of its fuel.
Yeah, probably worth telling people here too that this is something that is proudly New Zealand pioneered too, some of this technology you're talking about, isn't it? So
absolutely. So all of this work, the conversion systems and technology, is all built here in Invercargill. And in New Zealand we're able to source all the parts and the expertise we need to put it together with some foreign components as well.
Some special packs on the back of this truck. Just tell us about that and how it works.
So what we've got here behind the cab is we've got five kilo tanks of hydrogen at 350 bar or 5,000 psi, firing that into the engine, which is a 13 litre Volvo engine, and it's going to drive around 600 kilometres on dual fuel, about a third of its fuel needs, and if it runs out, it carries on.
But just explain that too, it's not a special truck. This is just a
retrofitted system to a standard OEM Volvo that you can go and order and buy at the shop.
Exactly, so you can buy that new and put that system on, or you can just take one out of the shed and put that system on and be able to contribute to the low carbon transport.
How long does it take to do the conversion?
2 days at the most. And the concrete truck? Yeah, the concrete truck's a little bit different. It's a medium-sized sort of variant. We've got the change box on the side there, so that box has 5.5 kilograms of hydrogen, and what that does is that lets that Metro liner drive around 3 to 4 trips of concrete delivery before it runs out, which is all it needs to do a day's work. But it could be sitting at a customer's site tipping off that concrete, and it could be up to 70% of its fuel needs on that truck.
You've talked about their kind of dual capabilities in that sense, but people in the audience here will be going, tell us about safety. Is hydrogen safe? How safe is it?
Hydrogen's very safe. The tanks that are on the back of these cabs and on the side, they're made of aluminium, and they've also got about 1.5 inches of carbon fibre lining on them, and they can handle being put on a bonfire and going on fire over 20 minutes. They'll rupture and the gas will come out the top and eject to the atmosphere at about 25 metres per second. And what they also do is they shoot them with a 50 calibre armour piercing round, and well, not very spectacular what happens, it just fizzles out and the gas comes out. So they're very safe. They're built in a way that if they got too hot or the pressure rose too high, that they would give out a vent stack and the gas would release from the unit. So much safer than LPG, safer than petrol, probably not as safe as diesel. We love diesel out here, but we've got both on the vehicle.
The availability of hydrogen these days in New Zealand, it's growing, the amount of places that you can actually refuel a system like this, and how many around the place?
There's 4 in the North Island operational now that you can fill up, and those trucks fill up in 5 to 10 minutes. You can fill up in the Allied station down in Invercargill in the next couple of months, and there will be fuel available all over the countryside in the next couple of years. So it is growing. We're developing that technology. It's new, it's challenging stuff, but it's working out well.
What has been the biggest challenge trying to facilitate and get the system online and get it working? I mean, how difficult has it been to find the mix to get right, the ratios to get right on the various different vehicles?
Yeah, there's always there's a right spot, a sweet spot for the trucks to run on, and all the trucks are fully connected to the cloud. You've got all the data that you might need to tune it. If the truck's going to do something different, you might be able to make it work better on its fuel, or you might want to run it longer distance and make it run for longer. So it's horses for courses, and some of the trucks, they want to run it out in the first hour or so, but they might also want to run for 12 hours on dual fuel. No range anxiety.
There is something a little different that has joined this parade as well at the back there. A tractor that we spoke a little bit about yesterday. I think, John, it's a Wanaka, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's a local one too on an orchard here, but it's completely electric, and they've charged their own batteries from solar panels. I don't actually remember the guy's name. Do you, So a fully electric tractor, and it's actually autonomous. So it actually you can send it out from your office and it'll go and do the mowing or whatever you want to do. I'm not sure how that works if something goes wrong, but fantastic idea. But I was talking to them yesterday, and it's not like your average garden mower that goes and docks itself. It won't be that clever. It has to be charged. Run down and have a quick word here. Well, we got the opportunity to do that. Find out a little bit more about it, John. So. Firstly, good morning, happy Easter. What's your name?
I'm Big Fay, standing in for Mike Casey. He runs the world's first all-electric orchard down the road near Cromwell, 21 electric machines. This is the first electric tractor in the country, in New Zealand, made in California by a company called Wanaka. So he's a convincing man, managed to convince him to send one over here. Pretty cheap to run, is the main benefit, $2 an hour. He's got a lot of solar panels, for about 250 panels. Can't really make hydrogen on your farm, or you can't make diesel either, but you can make electricity, so he makes a fair bit of that. Charges all the machines, sells quite a bit of his electricity on the wholesale market, makes some money out of that too. So pretty good model if you can make your own. It's the cheapest energy you'll get if you can make it yourself.
How can people find out more about the Monarch tractor here?
So Forest Lodge Orchard, home of the electric cherries. They just have a look at that online. He's been everywhere. Most people here have seen it on Country Calendar. He's been on Country Calendar and told the story there. So a lot of people take, they don't do it all. He's gone 0 to 100 in terms of doing all electric machines, but people, farmers are seeing the benefits of solar. A lot of people, you can see the past here, but you can also see the future. Like when it's an economic decision for a lot of people. If you can do it for cheaper, why wouldn't you?
We're going to let the parade continue here, and the thing is, you'll head off in silence, basically. Home of the electric cherry. The electric cherry, I like that. That's great. Look, tell me about the Volvo loader here. It's electric. It's electric.
It is. It's an electric loader, and I've got the perfect guy to talk about it here, Andrew Falloon from Volvo. I'll get you head.
Thanks, Andrew. So, tell us all about the electric loader.
Yeah, so this is the Volvo L120. It's a 20-ton electric loader. It's effectively a evolution from a conventional diesel. It's got a 3.5 cubic metre bucket on the front of it, and I guess we've prototyped one which we've piloted in New Zealand for 18 months, and this is number 2 in the commercial offer. So this is one of the first in the world.
So is this one being used yet, or is it still on the prototype stage?
No, it's commercially available now, but it's brand new. It's stock, effectively. So.
It's what happens in all the space where the engine normally goes? So you've got electric motors, obviously, and batteries.
Yeah, so from the cab forward, it's the same as a conventional machine. Cab backwards, we've got 6 banks of batteries in the very rear. We've got a cooling package in behind the cab there, and obviously a hydraulic tank for normal hydraulics.
Now, I bet it wouldn't plug in the house to charge. You need quite a juicy cord, I'd imagine.
It does, yeah. It'll charge at 165 kilowatts input. You need at least a 50 amp plate, 3-phase plate.
Right.
On a fast charger, it'll charge from 30% to 100% in 80 minutes.
Cool. Let it keep going. What fantastic.
And the capability of it, does it operate pretty much do exactly the same, no dramas to a standard powered unit?
So its runtime is
bizarre.
Yeah, amazingly cool. Like the drive is a lot more than a conventional diesel.
Can't hear it.
It's the same hydraulic pumps. Runtime anywhere between, depending on work duty, anywhere between 6 and 10 hours.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so what we see, guys take 2.5 hour breaks a day. When they start to smoke over lunch, plug it in for 20 minutes, half an hour, boost it up, so you can see the day no problem.
That actually is quite a functional and efficient kind of unit, using of the electrical side of things, being that obviously you don't cover big distances as far as travelling on a road and towing things and bits and pieces. You're operating around a yard or a pit or a work site.
That's right. You see the benefit is in a fixed site. So, for example, an asphalt plant or a concrete plant, or we've had a lot of interest around transfer stations and things like that. Its sister machine is going to an asphalt plant in Auckland. They've got a huge power resource, so that's no problem. We just install a fast charger and we're away.
What about cost comparison?
We charged this one up in our workshop earlier in the week, and it cost $44.
What about to buy?
That's a very good question, Greg. So this particular machine is on a lease-based agreement, so you can't physically buy it up front, which is a change in model from the diesel, traditional products we sell, right? So it's but price per month is reflective of the reduced operating costs, and it's actually not too bad. It's not far away.
The other ways are expensive to buy.
Obvious question, but anyway, that's okay. And do the boys, they like driving it? Is
Good deflex.
The feedback's been really positive. And
Sorry,
feedback
devil's
that's gone
advocate
along
here.
people. You know, you take a bit of a punt on some of this stuff, and you've got to continue to evolve and develop. The feedback has been excellent. As I say, the torque and traction force forwards has been fantastic.
Did they catch fire?
Very linear power. And hydraulic piece is the same. So, yeah, it's the same as a traditional machine.
No, fantastic display, boys. Great products. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think there's free energy from Nikola Tesla that really needs to be added to the whole equation, personally.